Otherwise, again, let's go to old. Already you have my number. Straight away type it in my interact with me. Interact with me in WhatsApp. Don't have num already given, no? Yes. What's the last point? Just mention the last point in the chat box. Sorry, to me, so that we'll move on to that next one. Just what's the last point? Yeah, Assam, exactly. Right. So we have to discuss of the tribal integration. In the tribal integration, yes, we'll discuss. Come out of that. So in the types, two things are there. One is in Northeast, some asked for state, some asked for separate country. Naga issues, another is the Miso issues is there. First, let's open the Naga issues. I hope I had to discuss. What is Nagaland? Actually, now it's a state, but earlier it was a district. It was a hill district. It was a hill district of. It was a hill district of Assam. If you see the unified Assam, in that Nagaland was a hill district. Actually, that's all. Beyond that, nothing. This portion is the Nagaland. Already I have given the entire things. So it was the hill district of Assam. But we already discussed that in that Assam, one is the hill area, another is the plain area. These are all the hill area. If you see that, these are all the complete hill area. The plain is non-tribal, hill is the tribal majority. Thus, what happened is there was a opposition from the group. So, first let me do one thing. Why the statehood demand? Why countryhood demand? Why statehood demand? Just a brief idea. Then I come to Naga and Miss issue. That seems to be good. Why statehood is near the statehood? You write it. That Assamese government tried to make the Assam government tried to make Assam the sole official language. Under the statehood, you write. Don't write under Naga and Miso. Assam government wanted to make Assamese as the sole official language, but it is not applicable. For example, Nagaland language is different. If you go to Meghalaya, Kasi language, Garo language, Jaintia language, right, Meghalaya, Mizoram case is entirely different. So thus, here what kind of thing is, so Nagaland people opposed, Mizoram people opposed. So listen, some people wanted state. No, we can't accept Assamese as a sole language. That is one group. But now what we are going to discuss is, we not only want the separate state, we want a separate country from India. That's what I am going to discuss. So some group of Naga people wanted separate state. So keep it in mind. Not all the Naga people wanted separate country. Some people wanted separate state. Some group alone wanted separate country. I just stick to them alone. Not all Naga people. In that, now you write it under Naga. Under the Naga, right? So in that, so if you see here, right, who was the leader was Angami Sapu Fisu, the leader name. Angami Sapu Fisu, the leader name. Who was the leader? Angami Sapu Fisu. Internal security will be discussed. NSCN, have you discussed of NSCN? NSCN, ISEC, Muiwa group. Yeah, that is second generation. But I am discussing of the first generation. This group is now, that group was much earlier. This group was much earlier. Keep it in mind. So Angami Sapu Fisu, a undisputed leader, and his council is Naga National Council. Note it down. NNC. Naga National Council. At one occasion, what happened is they declared independence from India. Note it down. When did they declare independence? Is as far as 1951 itself. In 1951 itself, they declared independence. 1951 itself, they declared independence from India. Not only that, go on to write. They had a separate militant force. Active support from China and Pakistan. So this is what this Angami Sapu did, and why not? Nearly for so many years, he was in Pakistan, highly supported by Pakistan. Right. So highly supported by Pakistan. Right. Angami Sapu Fisu, leader, highly supported. Right. This is what complete armed insurgency. Armed insurgency happened in Nagaland. So one side arms, militant group, northeast, especially Naga. Right. Do you know? This council is NNC. They had a separate flag. They had the separate army, militant army. Got it? Even what was their aim, sir? To have separate country. Listen, in India side, this is Nagaland region. Likewise, in Myanmar side also, Naga peoples are there. So listen, they wanted to unify this portion. And they wanted to have a separate country called Greater Nagaland or called Nagalim. Note it down. Nagalim. Okay, so Greater Nagaland are also called Nagalim. Underline the word, these are all important. And it's like a nationalism. Such a unification of Naga is called Nagalism. Note it down. Such a ism is called Nagalism. Yes, so this is what they did it. But we never allowed it. So one side the militant activities. Other side what happened is moderates Naga. But many people wanted a separate state. So one side statehood demand, another is countryhood demand by Angami Sapafisu like group, right? And other side, what happened is separate statehood demand. We accepted that, and at last in 1963, note it down. In 1963, Nagaland was carved out from Assam. So when the state Nagaland was born is 1963. Actually, this is the first northeast state, tribal state. Note it down. This is the first northeast tribal state. So what is the tribal state? Is this state, that is the Nagaland. So first time from the unified Assam, first hill state was started called Nagaland. So this is what important. If you have the book, do you have the book? This book, I ask you to buy. If you have the book, right, come to page number 165. Could you see this picture? Even in that here video, in our video, Angami Sapufisu, this fellow. Angami Sapufisu, right? So this is what. That's why I asked to have this, better to have this book, at least download version in the NCRT is there. I already told you. Am I right? Have I told you earlier? Yes. So this is what, right? So you have to do it. This is what the birth. With this, Naga issues is over. Next, come to Mizo issue. Next is the Mizo issue. Right, actually Mizoram is here. What about the Mizoram is, it's also Mizo Hill district of Assam. So it was a Mizo hill district of Assam. Hill district of Assam. Right. Actually, that people didn't revolt basically. What led them to revolt is 1959 there was a famine, note it down. What was the reason for the Mizoram people to ask for the separate country and the insurgency is 1959 there was a famine in Assam, throughout Assam. But what Mizo people consider that Assam government didn't take care of us. This is what their blame. 1959 there was a famine, but Assam government didn't take care. That's why some group asked a separate state, some group asked a separate country. Especially when the violence, when the armed insurgency started is when we were neglected by the Assam government, they consider, okay, hereafter we will look after our issues. So this is what there happens. Understood? This is what here happened. Then they also started, and who was the leader? Who was the leader is Lal Danga. Lal Danga, and his organization is MNF. Note it down. Organization is very essential. Yeah? Very essential. For example, how without knowing Periyar, without knowing Anna, MGR, it is difficult to understand and administer Tamil Nadu. Likewise, without knowing Angami Sapupusu, this group of people, it's difficult to understand the Northeast. If you have appointed Northeast, if you go, these things will be highly helpful. Especially if you don't know Lal Danga, it's impossible to understand Mizoram. That's why we are studying. What we are studying is it's a live subject. It's a subject of people. It's a pakka live subject. So in this, so MNF, that is, what is MNF is Mizo National Front. MNF means Mizo National Front. Yes. So this is what they did it. They declared independence from India in 1966. Avuna all declared independence. Am I right? All declared independence. One declared already way back in 1951. Another declared independence in 1965. But the situation was different because in 1955-51, Jawaharlal Nehru, somewhat mild leader. But 1966 is Iron Lady. Who was Iron Lady? Yes, Indira Gandhi. Yes, exactly. Iron Lady. Situation was entirely different. That's why what happened is complete military operation against MNF. You're right. So Indian Army operation. Indian Army operation. So due to Army operation, this group went to underground. Complete underground activity. Underline the word. Taken? So complete underground activity. It was impossible for them to work as a separate. You know, they know very well. As long as Indira Gandhi period, it's impossible. At last, during whose period negotiation is? Negotiation during Rajiv period. Note it down. Negotiation during Rajiv Gandhi period, and it was successful. Rajiv Gandhi period, and it was successful. Successful, and Mizoram was born. Mizoram was born in as a state, so they accepted. Keep it in mind. The Lal Danga MNF group accepted, lie down the weapon, and accordingly Mizoram became separate state. So they asked the country good, no, it's impossible. They asked a separate state. It was given in 1987. So Mizoram as a state was born in 1987. Right. If you have the book, come to this page 164. 164. The entire thing is given. Could you see? Archana, could you see this? Yeah, because she alone is there, right? So yes, thank you. Right. So this is what here is actual actual signature. actual signature. We ready to accept, we lie down the pen. Here if you see that it's a signature of Lal Danga. And contemporary newspapers publish the same thing, Lal Danga, right? And here is Lal Danga, the person. So likewise, this will be highly helpful. So you should have buy this book, try to buy it or download it. It will be highly helpful, right, to note it down. That's all. These two issues are over, right? But one more thing is the internal security. In internal security, one biggest issue in Assam. What is the biggest issue among the Assamese people? Type directly to me. What is the biggest issue in Assam? Yeah, actually, if you only soft copy, not at all a matter. You can use that also. Borderland, yes, NRC, migration, exactly correct. Yes, illegal, correct. Lalit is right. So these are all already discussed in by internal security, right? Already discussed. As a part and parcel of internal security, it is discussed. Yes, Sri Lakshmi, right. Thank you. So this is what here I would like to discuss. Now listen. Now Angami Sabuvisu was there. After the death of Angami Sabuvisu only, there was a faction within that NNC that led to NSCN. Do you know NSCN? Isaac Muiwa group, Kapalang group. Likewise, the different faction. That is pure internal security. I don't want to discuss the matter again. That's all. With this, we successfully completed one of the biggest topic called tribal integration. You just revise the tribal integration chapter. If you just revise it, I started with history, then I entered into sociology, then I entered into polity, constitutional, non-constitutional measure, and at last I entered with the internal security. So this topic is the very good topic of right understanding a concept with other subject called cross subject analysis. Actually, this is the best example of cross subject analysis. Okay, so name is history, and even many aspirants are thinking that history means they have to simply write years and other nothing. Yeah, there is no history part at all. If you are studying economy, internal security, polity, everything is history. Everything is history. So you can write everything in the history. So don't consider that what I am taking alone is not. What history stuff is taking alone is not history. Everything you can use it for history purpose. And you can use everything in the history for other purpose also. Keep this in mind. So thus we discussed four important issues. And the fifth is, though it bilateral, it would have been discussed. Just I have to brush it up, open the fifth issues. Still we are in unit number 1, right? Am I right? Still we are in unit number 1. What is the unit number 1? Is the Jawaharlal Nehru. In that only we are discussing of this. Yes, in that, open the topic. What is the topic is foreign policy. Though I am not going to discuss completely, just have an idea, foreign policy. Yes, so what is the foreign policy is India's foreign policy, just I brush it up. India's foreign policy of two things, right? One is Panchashil, another is non-alignment. One is the Panchashil, another is the non-alignment. Non-alignment, right? Panchashil with whom, non-alignment with whom? Type. Yeah, exactly. Yes, almost correct. Super. Vinisha, all are right. So, PJ Ram is more perfect. Lalit is partially right. Akash is partially right. So keep it in mind. Panchashil with not just with China, Panchashil with our neighbors. Keep it in mind. Our neighbors, immediate neighbors, Panchashil. So not just with China. So under Panchashil with our neighbor. Non-alignment, and again you see that Sivapriya, it's not NAM, it is NA. Non-alignment, I said, I never said non-alignment movement. So don't confuse with non-alignment and non-alignment movement. Hope you understood, am I right? Non-alignment is the policy. Non-alignment movement is organization. Have you understood? So, yes, Archana. So, you have to write NA. Don't write NAM. NAM is organization, NA is policy. So, for example, peace, maintaining world peace. It is policy. UNO is organization, likewise. Understood? Yes. So, with this, I come back. Though I am not going to discuss fully, just for ending the first unit, I forced to discuss this matter. So, come to the Panchashil. Right, non-alignment, please study with whom? Sorry, come back to Panchashil. Panchashil is with the neighbors. Non-alignment with the two superpowers. Who are the two superpower? USA and USSR. So you shall be very basic aspect. What is the basic aspect? If it is non-alignment, superpower. Panchashil neighbors. Okay, come back. Come back to this. In this, I just confine to Panchashil with whom is China. Under Panchashil, open the topic, India-China relationship. Just a brief to end my topic. For that, I am utilizing it. Beyond that, I am not going to use. Yes. So this is what here the things. So India-China relationship. What about the India-China relationship, sir? For that you shall know about the China. If you see the China in world history, China was not colonized by any country. Am I right? No country colonized it. Rather than in China, semi-colonialism was there. Later China became communist country. When China became communist country is 1949. Open with that. So here is 1949 China became communist country. Right. Who was the leader was Mao. With the help of Mao, Zedong, Mao Zedong, China became a communist country. Yes, exactly. Right, Zedong or whatever the things. Okay. So this is what the spelling. Listen, Chinese relationship can be split into two. One is before 1949 and after 1949. 1 minute. Yes, so Mao Zedong was there. Till that, not at all a problem. But after 1949, China became more aggressive actually. More aggressive. What it did in 1950? In 1950, it captured Tibet. This is what the turning point. In 1950, it captured Tibet. Right. After that, only actual issues. If you see Tibet, Tibet is actually up to this. Right. So Tibet actually acted as a buffer state. So keep it in mind. China is here. Actual China is here. Right. Tibet always acted as a buffer state. So till 1950, there was not at all a matter, nothing to bother about between India and China, because China never had a immediate territorial connectivity as. But 1950 is the turning point when Tibet was annexed by China. Then only direct contact, direct territorial relationship between India and China happened. So turning point is this. Even though Tibetan people didn't like. Tibetan people wanted greater autonomy. So when China attacked Tibet, daily there was a problem between Chinese government and Tibetan people, because Tibet is the Buddhist country, but communist China never like religion. Communist China never like religion. This is what happened. So daily there was an issues. There was an issues in this area, right? Not only that, hereafter only the problem start. But what we did, India became Daral Prabhu. Daral Prabhu, do you know? Dharma Prabhu. This is a criticism, not from me. That's a criticism from other side. Especially that's a bitter criticism against Nehru. Yes, what we should have done, we should have opposed Chinese incursion into Tibet rather than right 1954 Panchashil agreement with China. That's why many says that we signed Panchashil agreement with likewise. So 1954 Panchashil agreement with China. What this Panchashil agreement says means no interfering into internal affairs. Have you studied this in bilateral? Am I right? No interference into internal affairs. Right. Accordingly, what happened? After signing Panchashil, we accepted Chinese presence in which area? In which area we accepted? In Tibet. Am I right? So in Tibet, we accepted the Chinese presence. So this is what actually criticized. But later Nehru himself felt the heat in the name of 1962 Chinese attack towards India. Understood? So now come back. So now we recognized it. After that, China started to unleash its wing. What is the wing? We accepted first Tibet. Then what they did it, they started to climb into our own area. So hereafter, problem rise that led to the border issues between India and China in so many places, but 4 places are notable. One is here. Draw the map. Second is here. Third is entire Sikkim. And fourth is they asked entire Arunachal. Here is Arunachal. So in this 4 issue, draw the rough map of the India-China border. Yes, here this is the Aksai Chun. Since Archana alone is visible, based on the Archana's writing only, my speed and my things will be there. Because only thing, that's why. Right. So here Aksai Chun region. Here they are asking some area in Uttarakhand, the Himachal region, that is Niti Pass. Do you know Niti Pass? Even here also they have been asking some territory. Niti, N-I-T-H-I, Niti Pass. Actually, this is a Demchok region. I hope so. This region is the Demchok. If I am wrong, you may rectify. Actually, it's a Demchok region. And this is a Sikkim. Sikkim, since we are discussing post-independence, now Sikkim issue is solved. So, China asked Sikkim till 2006. So, till 2006, Chinese issues in Sikkim also. They asked entire Sikkim. But now they said, okay, Sikkim is part and parcel of India, themselves relief. But till the date, they are asking Assam also. Sorry, not Assam, Arunachal region. Yes, now come back. Come back to this. So in this, yes, in this, do you know McMahon line? Where is McMahon line is east. Here is the McMahon line. Only in the eastern part of India, McMahon line. And in the Kashmir region, McDonald line. Note it down. Not McDonald, McDonald line. So your answer, as far as possible, shall be accompanied with some of the diagrams, some of the map. Then only it is a finished answer. Wholehearted answer. Right. This is what here happened. So daily what happened is skirmish. So note it down. Daily skirmish across the border. Skirmish across the border. What is skirmish is? It's like a fight. Small range of fight is called skirmish. Very small range of fight. Daily issue. 1955, 56, 57, 58. Daily exchange of fire. Exchange of fire across the border. This is called skirmish. Or shelling activity. So that's what's going on. Right. When these things were there, one more thing happened, right? In 1959, this is important. In 1959, Kampa rebellion in Tibet. Kampa, C-A-M-P-A. Sorry, K-A-M-P, not C-A-M. Kampa rebellion. Kampa rebellion in Tibet. So, who are Kampa mean? Tibetan people. They started to revolt against the Chinese presence because they consider Chinese as an outsider. They started to revolt. What happened is Chinese sent the army and started to suppress the Kampa rebellion. Against that, many Tibetan people came to India, including Dalai Lama. Including Dalai Lama. This is the turning point. So in 1959, many people came to India, including Dalai Lama. Right, that's what China got tension. That what China got tension. Oh, you India, you are giving asylum, you are giving protection to our political enemy. That's what China got tension. So already strained relationship. Already strained relationship between India and China now again. But we accepted the Tibetan rebellion. We gave full refugee to him. So now tension mounted. And China carefully chosen the policy. What it did 1962. In 1962, full-scale Chinese invasion. That is called India-China War. In 1962, full-scale in Chinese war, especially here also, Aksai Chan. But when compared to Aksai Chan, complete Chinese invasion in eastern part, Arunachal region. Complete Chinese invasion into Arunachal. Openly to say, we never prepared. In the Arunachal region, we never prepared. And we never expected. That's why we never prepared. Because we expected our number one enemy was Pakistan. Thus, our entire army was deployed across Pakistan. But here attackers was China, that too far away. Far away that happened. Right. At the time only, already issues were burning. Problematic issues. Who was the defense minister was? Krishna Menon. Krishna Menon. And the general was the great person from Coorg region, Timaya. Have you come across? A great general called General Timaya. Even if you are from Karnataka or Kurg, anyone from Karnataka or Kurg region, he is considered as the pride of Karnataka or pride of Kurg, especially Kurg people. Right? So this is what recently myself visited the Kurg region. Already I used to visit for 3 to 4 times. At the time, while visiting in a coffee, that they had the photo of Timaya. I wondered why do they have. While analyzed that himself from the Kurg, he was a son of a coffee planter from the Kurg region. So here already the problem existed. Yes, this is the way the things happen. At last, anyhow, even though we recruited soldiers, we recruited and sent them and somewhat retaliated in Northeast. But openly to say, what Chinese did, do you know? They captured the very important monastery at a place called Tawang. So they captured Tawang. Tawang is located in Arunachal. And why not? India's very biggest monastery is located here only, Tawang Monastery. They captured it. So it was a setback. And we are expecting a full scale war. We are expecting a full scale war, not in Arunachal. We left Arunachal almost. We are expecting it only in Assam. Only in Assam we had been expecting it. But what happened? Whether the war, full-fledged war happened or not is never happened, because after few months, China itself unilaterally withdrawn. Sorry. Unilaterally withdrawn. That's important. Underline the word. Themselves came, attacked India, and then self left. So this is called India-China war. What happened is, no doubt, be possible. And one more thing I would like to say. After signing the Panchashil agreement, you add this point. After in 1954 Panchashil agreement, after that a rare slogan was started. What is the rare slogan is Indo-Chini, Bai Bai. Note it down. Indo-Chini, Bai Bai. Bai Bai means friends. India, China, both are friends. No, not friends, brother. Bai means. But now what happened is bye-bye relationship. So bye-bye relationship to bye-bye. They completely shattered all kind of hope. Yes. What is the, that's all. This is called Indo-China war. What is the significance? With that we shall conclude this portion. Significance. What's the significance is, am I visible? Archana, am I visible? Yes. Right. Here, what kind of thing is, first, okay, done. Thank you. First thing is, all kind of relationship between India and China was stopped. Point number one, all kind of relationship. Nothing, no diplomatic relationship, embassies were closed. Just imagine, embassies were closed. Embassies were closed, diplomats were called back. Simple. If the embassies are closed, means was it possible for me to go to China? No. If I go to China, first I have to go to Chinese embassy in India. I have to apply for visa, but the Chinese embassy is closed in India, so I can't go to China. Likewise, Indian embassy was closed in China, so Chinese cannot come to India. Complete relationship, economic relationship, people's interaction, tourism, all the isms were closed. Even, do you know, eye to eye relationship is also. Even the Chinese leader, Indian leader, mean even would not see eye to eye. All would go like this. That much of relationship worsened. First. Second point. Second point is it exposed the weakness of India's military. Actually, that is good. That weakness is little bit good. It exposed the weakness. Why I am saying is, due to this weakness only, later we modified, we upgraded our army, upgraded our army. So completely upgraded our army. So many things where we did it. What kind of things is purchasing weapons. So hereafter only we actually purchased the weapon. One. Second, SSB, secret organization. SSB. Ra was little bit later. Actually good. Ra was little bit later, Supriya. Ra in 1967. So because of the impact, Ra little bit later. Okay, you can include Ra also. RAW, Research and Analysis Wing. When compared to Research and Analysis Wing, first IB was created. I hope so. Do you know SSP, Sashastra Simapal? It's also an intelligent wing. Yeah. And another thing is Indo-Tibetan Police Force, ITBF. ITBF was created. So these are all the important things, right? Complete modernization. Second. Third thing is, this is the first shocking to Jawaharlal Nehru. What happened is, Nehru faced no confidence motion in parliament. So first Prime Minister of India faced first ever no confidence motion. I hope you know, polity is over. What is no confidence motion? How it can be how it can be brought. Likewise, I hope so. It was discussed, because motion of two many kind, cut motion, yes, policy motion. The motion was failed, since Congress had majority, and the motion was defeated, completely defeated. And last one is, with that end of this unit, first unit is, last one is, it deteriorated, it worsened the health condition of Nehru. So not only health, Nehru was affected morally, physically, as well as mentally also. Already age factor worsened him, not age factor, Chinese factor is more worsened for him. So what is the reason means, he never expected, listen, if Pakistan attacked, okay, it's a normal, because Pakistan would always attack us. It's a normal. But what I consider is, my brother turned into a enemy. This is what he couldn't digest. Just we said Indochine, bye. But bye, nothing is there. They showed bye. So that's what it completely affected Nehru's health condition. Listen, already he was affected by stroke. Stroke, do you know? Heart attack. 1964, he had another heart attack. Because of stroke, he died in 1964. Many says it is not just the heart attack, sir. It is a Chinese heart attack. Understood? So says it's a Chinese heart attack. Understood? So with this, we successfully completed unit number 1, because Nehru ji ruled for 17 years. 1947 to 1964 he ruled. So one of the lengthiest chapter is this. Second unit, today I will complete. 1 hour, I need 1 hour to complete second unit. Open the second unit. I have already given. No, Archana, please. Correct. Both are one and the same. What you mentioned is right. Myself is wrong abbreviation. Your abbreviation is exactly right, Archana. One. Indo-Tibetan Border Police is right. ITBP. Vinisha sir, why Chinese unilaterally withdrawn? This is what Vinisha question. Why Chinese unilaterally withdraw is they apprehended that India will be would ask helped by USA. India will be helped by other countries. So that's why. But yes, definita, uh, India would be helped by USA. India would be helped by Britain at the time, because at the time China was not liked by any country. No Western country liked China. So all the Western countries were ready to help India. So that's the reason. That's a major reason for the unilateral withdrawal. Right, come back. Right, got it? So this is what here happened. Right, that's all. With this, first unit is over. Open the second unit. After second unit, write this timeline, and after writing the timeline, yourself say what the timeline does say. What the timeline try to say. Yes, Archana, you are right. Exactly right. You are right, Archana. Then, any other? So keep it in mind. Don't expect me the blue tick will be there. Okay, because it's impossible to look into each individuals. But I am watching. I am in the notification. In my notification itself, I am getting all the WhatsApp. So don't consider that whether sir is not at all going through your things. Don't expect blue tick. But I am watching all. General election. Exactly right. Vamsi is right. Archana is right. It's a general election. Am I right? First general election 1952. Which party got majority? Congress. So Nehru. This is Nehru. Congress period. 1957 also second election Congress. 1962 also third election Congress. Congress had the majority. So Congress could rule up to 1967. But what is the issue is now you write 1964 Nehru died. First three general election, Congress could rule up to 1967 because it had a majority. But in 1964 itself, Nehru died. Okay, now I come to you. Question to you. When Prime Minister died, let me give choice. Okay, accordingly you answer. When Prime Minister died, what would happen? Choice number one, Parliament would be dissolved. Choice number two, Lok Sabha will be dissolved. Choice number three, Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister will be dissolved. Choice number four, government will be dissolved. What would be dissolved in the four? It's where Vamsi, okay. Choice three, Vamsi choice three, Archana C, yeah, okay. Kishore, Council of Minister will be dissolved and government, okay. Sri Lakshmi, so Kishore is more safe. Both C and D option, okay. Okay, Vinisha C, Sri Lakshmi, Council of Minister. Actually, what is the right answer is what Kishore said is right, not just the third option. Both the third option as well as the fourth option. What Kishore said is right because government and Council of Minister headed by Prime Minister one and the same. Am I right? What is central government? Central government is none other than Council of Minister headed by Prime Minister. That is called central government. Am I right? Yes or no? Confused? Any confusion? Any confusion in that? Yeah, president is the head of the executive. So listen, no, two things are there. Don't confuse with in that. So head of the state, don't confuse with. Head of state. Head of state is president. Head of government is prime minister. So keep it in mind. Government is different, president is different. Head of government is prime minister, right? Head of the state is president. Have you studied this concept? Am I right? So accordingly, what is government? Central government is none other than prime minister and his council of ministers. Simple. So both C option as well as D option, both are right. Come back to this, right? That's why both C. So it means that now I come back to this. 1 minute. Yes. Now, sir, Vamsi, but only cabinet minister can form new cabinet, right? How could Congress government? No, no. Congress government shall be dissolved. Listen, polity over. Polity. Almost over. Central government, half, okay. Central government, state government, executive is right. Okay. So listen, this is the basic of political concept. Yes. Listen, prime minister and council of ministers. Don't say cabinet minister. Okay. Cabinet minister is nowhere mentioned in constitution. Is there? Council of minister is there or cabinet minister is there? What says? Council of minister, cabinet minister, which is mentioned? One or two? Always one. Yes. One is mentioned. So listen, if any of the council of minister dies, no need to change anything. Government will run. What the prime minister will do, for example, if union minister, one of the union minister died, means nothing. No need to change anything. Simply that person will be replaced by another. But the problem, when the problem lies, if prime minister died, council of minister cannot enjoy, automatically dissolve. So keep it in mind. You may ask questions, sir, why not, sir? One of the council of minister to become act as a prime minister. No. When prime minister died, government died. Keep this in mind. This is what our fundamentals of constitution, yeah? Because prime minister is the head of the ship. Council of ministers are simply the crew member. If any crew member died, captain can replace the crew member in the next port. But if the chief prime minister die, the ship will sink. So keep it in mind. If prime minister die, the ship sink. You have to catch the next ship. So captain is always required. This is what the foundation of the constitution. So accordingly, I hope you understood. Yes, come to here. Now prime minister died. Prime minister died means Lok Sabha continue. Congress had majority in Lok Sabha. It is up to the Congress to choose one as the prime minister. Am I right? So within the Congress party, two candidates for prime minister post. Note it down. In the timeline itself, you write. Two candidates. One is Morarji Desai. Morarji Desai. Desai. Another is Lal Bahadur Shastri. LBS. Shortly called LBS. Now it is up to the Congress people. Keep it in mind, no general election, nothing it's there. It is within the Congress to decide. Congress to decide. Many people were favorable to whom? LBS. So accordingly what happened is Morarji Desai. No, listen. Morarji Desai was asked, Morarji Desai, please, you don't contest during this time. If you are contest means there is a inner party struggle. Do you know inner party issue? Inner party issue. Within the party itself, issue would come. That is called inner party issue. Please kindly don't consider and contest is accordingly. Moraji Desai didn't contest. Initially he planned, but he didn't contest. Accordingly, who became the next Prime Minister? Lal Bahadur Shastri. This is what happened. At my point? That's why the second unit. What's the second unit is Lal Bahadur Shastri, right? So first we will discuss a brief about Lal Bahadur Shastri. Then as Prime Minister, what were the measures? So under LBS you write from Uttar Pradesh. LBS from Uttar Pradesh. A congressman, a nationalist, congressman, a nationalist, right? Nationalist means freedom fighter. Nationalist means freedom fighter. Taken freedom fighter, right? Next, worked in Nehru's cabinet. Worked in Nehru's cabinet. So that's why he was one of the senior. He was one of the senior most minister. That's why he contested. That's the reason for his contest, right? So now he became the prime minister. So this is what actually happened. If you have the book, page number 84, could you see here? Here is LBS, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Right. So in this page number 84, you can have an idea. So railway accident. Even I would like to say, he was a railway minister actually. Under the Nehru's cabinet, those who are from Tamil Nadu or throughout India, this information shall be known. He was railway minister under Jawaharlal Nehru. At the time only, India's worst train accident happened. He was not responsible, but we will criticize always politician. Do you know? Even a driver committed a small mistake, Union Minister of Transport is responsible. Hey, he will be in Delhi. He never knows what is the car and bus. Something, if a train, some incident happen, Union Minister of Railway is responsible. Politicians are not at all good. Immediate, you will never criticize the person. Immediate, straight. Yes, so come across this. So because the train accident happened in Tamil Nadu, that's why I would like to discuss. Tamil Nadu only in train accident. There is a place called Ariyalur. There is a place called Ariyalur in Tamil Nadu. Morning 3:30. So don't write, just listen. Early morning 3:30, there is a train called Pearl City Express. I hope those who are from Tamil Nadu or those who travel towards the south, you might have known of that. Pearl City Express. That is from Tuticorin. From Tuticorin to Chennai. From Tuticorin to Chennai, it was on the way near Ariyalur, Kaveri River. Actually, to say Kollidam River. Some of the compartments are plunged into the water body. Because of derailment, some of the compartments are plunged into the water body. Because of early morning rescue operation is impossible and many people were in deep sleep. Deep sleep, nearly 100 plus people, 50 plus 7 or 80 plus people died. So this is one of the severest train accident since independence. Why I am saying is, he took full responsibility. As a railway minister, he took full responsibility and resigned. He resigned the post. So that's what he had. He had a rich experience. He had a rich experience as a minister. Right now, after the death of Jawaharlal Nehru, he became prime minister. So a brief idea about Lal Bahadur Shastri is over. Now, as prime minister, what were the measures? Now open the subtopic. As prime minister, are measures taken by him as prime minister? Taken by him as prime minister. Yes. First, we will discuss some trivial matters, one or two trivial matters. Then I will come back to the major issues. What is the first thing is PMO was created. PMO. What is PMO? Prime Minister Office. It's a very famous, very great measure, yeah. Because in India, now I come to you. I am going to enter, right? Give energy. In India, who is the senior most IAS officer in India? Type, chat with me. Who is the senior most IAS officer? Exactly. Vamsi is right. PJ Ram is right. Yeah, Akash is right. Vamsi is, Vinisha is wrong. Senior, now don't confuse with powers. I am asking senior most. So video is getting flood hour when angle of video is changed. Yeah. Just 1 minute. 1 minute because of this. We will take it because I am keeping some books close. Sometimes I am moving. That may be the reason. It will be rectified. Just 1 minute. Cabinet Secretary. Exactly right. So who is the number one IAS officer? That is the senior most IAS officer is right. Just imagine cabinet secretary, because cabinet is powerful. Let me tell, around in India, as per 2019 calculation, 5,100 plus IAS officer. How many IAS officers are there throughout India? Is 5,000 IAS officers are there throughout India. Among the 5,000, who is the number one is cabinet secretary, senior most. You could become cabinet secretary. You can be the senior most IAS officer in the country. When you become IAS officer by 21. Any possibility? Any people are there at the age of 21? Chance say less, sir. No chance, sir. 22, 22, 23, 24, 25. Right. If you right, yes. Right. So you are working. You people are working category. Am I right? Completely the working category. Right. So definite you will have. Why I'm saying is first attempt is the best attempt. Yeah. College student. Oh, you are under 21, na? Okay. Okay. Some group is under 20. Then you have the bright chance. And why I'm saying is first attempt is the best attempt. Whoever you are. Your age is whatever thing. Right. Maximum first attempt give the best attempt. Because once you become that as early as possible, your promotion. Because qualification 21 start and retirement is 60 fixed. Am I right? When you are wasting or you are passing the year means your experience number is getting reduced because 21 start. Am I right? For example, if you have entered into service by 21, you have 39-year service. For example, if you entered into 30, only 30 years of your service. And if you entered into 35, your experience is reduced to 25. So please study in a hardcore. First attempt is the best attempt. If you entered into service, right, you will have long experience. You can. So never leave your hope. Because one of my optional student, history optional student, when she entered into academy, 4th year, final year student, right, she worked hard, openly to say, she worked hard, morning, college, afternoon optional, in between weekend, studied that, exact completed the final year, attend that next year, first attempt, 22, entered into service. So when she entered into service, just 22, definitely I will say, she will become the chief secretary. Now she is working in Madhya Pradesh cadre. In the first attempt itself, she scored 220 or 230 and became IAS. And now she is in Madhya Pradesh cadre. Definitely she will be the chief secretary. And so many chances are there to become cabinet secretary or union level. So never leave your hope. Yes. Why I'm saying is, Actually, cabinet secretariat is the powerful. Cabinet secretariat is the powerful. But with the creation of Prime Minister's office, Lal Bahadur Shastri period, somewhat good. But since Indira period, near the PMO office, you write, since Indira Gandhi period, it became powerful. No? Since Indira period, it became powerful. Right. So this is what happened. PMO. So don't leave. Prime Minister Secretary. You know, Prime Minister Secretary is also an IAS officer. Right. So you could try to become. That's why we are here. Try your level best. Whatever the things, we will help you. Right. You utilize us. Entered into service. Ultimate service matter. Never leave that hope. Right. So such a PMO was created first. Second, point number 2. Point number 2. Point number 2 here is anti-Hindi agitation. Anti-Hindi agitation, especially in Tamil Nadu, that is in southern state, that too in Tamil Nadu. Let me discuss this, then let's have a short break, okay? So, anti-Hindi agitation, 1965. Since we are in Lal Bahadur Shastri, what is the Lal Bahadur Shastri timeline? 1964 to 66. Anti-Hindi agitation, 1965. Right. What is the thing, sir, led to anti-Hindi agitation is, now I will ask question. What is the national language of India? What is the national language of India? Yeah, no, none, no national language. Am I right? Yes. India never have no national language. We have national bird. We have national animal. We have national anthem. We have national song. But no national language because all the language, great linguistic, all the great language are the national language. So now one at a, that's why I ask. There is no national language. Right. Here question is official language. So open the topic official language. That too official language of union government. Underline the word. That is central government. Official language of central government. Keep it in mind. So what is the two official language of central government? Hindi. And another is English. Hindi and English. This was considered in 1950. With the commencement of constitution, this is what. Okay. So constitution says official language of union government is Hindi and English. So don't confuse with official language of court is different. Keep it in mind. Here only official language of union government I am saying. Official language of court is different. What is official language of the court type? Yeah, official language of the court is, yeah, here you need, yeah, it's right. Here you need clarification. Listen, many typed English. Actually, it's a partially right. Only in Supreme Court and High Court English. So Supreme Court and High Court strictly English. No Hindi, nothing is there. In other court, district court, magisterial court, either English or regional language. So keep it in mind. Official language of court is different. That to Supreme Court, High Court, strictly English, no other language. In other district courts, local courts, their regional language are English. So over. Official language of state government is different. So here, official language of central government as defined in 1950. I hope you understood. Yes? Got it? Yes, now come back. Right, here with one condition. English was the official language only for 15 years. With this condition only, English was made as official language. English was made as official language only for 15 years. Exactly, you see, 15 years means English will be continued only up to 1965. Exact 1965, no English. Only official language of the Union government is Hindi. It means that even UPSC exams, listen, even UPSC exam, all the question, prelims, mains, everything only will be in Hindi. All the communication between central government and state government with the state government only with Hindi. This is what the things. Now years had gone, 1950, 1955, 1960, right? What happened is, so deadline, when deadline arrives, an act was passed, you write. In 1963, Official Language Act was passed. Official Language Act was passed. Official Language Act was passed. As per the Official Language Act, what is the word is, even after 1965, English may continue, underline the word. Even after 1965, English may continue. Already people started to worry, especially non-Hindi speaking area. Oh, after 1965, no more English, Hindi. How is it possible to compete with the Hindi people? Those mother tongue itself is Hindi. This is the biggest apprehension. For example, I knew English, yeah, listen. I knew English, all the people knew English. But I openly to say, whatever the English skill I have, I can never compete with the people of Britain. Am I right? Yes or no? Is it possible to compete with them? No. Why? Their mother tongue itself is Hindi. That is English. Sir, I may speak English in the right tip of my tongue. I know everything, sir. Whoever you are, whose mother tongue is English, how is it possible to talk compete with them? So biggest apprehension. Already so many places agitation rise when this act 1963 act was passed. After that uncertainty created against this act, complete agitation. Against this complete agitation, especially in Madras. Do you know? Even army arrived. Yeah, just imagine the situation. Army arrived. There was a widespread bandh. Bandh means hartal. Untoward. Our condition was completely out of control. And at last, what happened is 1966. Note it down. 1966 Official Language Amendment Act. I hope you know how you have to write amendment. 1966 Official Language Amendment Act was passed. Amendment Act was passed. In that only may is replaced with shall. May is replaced with shall. So because of this agitation, because of this amendment, till the date English is being continued of this. So this is a second important thing happened during whose period is Lal Bahadur Shastri period. Second, right. Third just we will discuss after break. After break we will discuss. Yes. Third. Third is arrest. Arrest of Sheikh Abdullah. Arrest of Sheikh Abdullah. Sheikh Abdullah, the founder and the head of National Conference. Founder and head of National Conference. Very famous, the famous party of Jammu Kashmir. Very famous party is Jammu Kashmir, that is Sheikh Abdullah. Simple. Sheikh Abdullah, the father of Farooq Abdullah. I hope you know. Right? So Sheikh ji, father is Farooq. Farooq Abdullah, the father of Omar Abdullah. So three generations. Sheikh Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah, next is Omar Abdullah. So three generations are here. Come back to this. Here Sheikh Abdullah. Why he was arrested? Not during Lal Bahadur Shastri period. Even Jawaharlal Nehru period, he was arrested and jailed for 8 years. Just imagine. Even during whose period? Jawaharlal Nehru period. This is what a great thing. Once upon a time, Jawaharlal Nehru and Farooq Sheikh Abdullah were good friend. But in the very next year itself, Jawaharlal Nehru jailed. So write it. Already he was jailed by Jawaharlal Nehru. So my thing seems to be storytelling, but where the entire answer lies. So go on to write. Okay. Already he was arrested and jailed by Nehru for 8 years. Just in 1960s only he was released, but again he was arrested. During whose period? Lal Bahadur Shastri period. Why, sir? Why National Conference and Sheikh Abdullah was arrested? Yes, my intention is not to explain the arrest of Sheikh Abdullah. My intention is to explain the word separatist. My intention is to explain the word separatist, especially right in Kashmir. So separatist I am going to discuss. There are three kind of separatists in Kashmir. Three kind of no two kind of separatists, not three, two kind. One is Pakistani separatist. Another is Kashmir separatist. Simple, yeah. Don't simply write. After writing it, yourself think you will find the answer. What is the difference between Kashmiri separatist and Pakistani separatist? Think and type. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you are right. Yeah, correct. Super. Right. Pakistani separatists mean they wanted to detach Kashmir to join with Pakistan. That is a Pakistani separatist. Exactly right. Always, who are the militant force is cross-border terrorism. These people are doing cross-border terrorism. Have you come across the word cross-border terrorism? These people. Yeah, Mageshwar. Yes. Right. So here, cross-border terrorism. There are so many cross-border terrorists. LET. LET is Lashkari Toiba. Have you come across Lashkari Toiba? Then JEM. Jaish-e-Muhammad. Jaish-e-Muhammad. Right? So these are all the Pakistani separatists, right? Actually, there is no dialogue with them. Keep it in mind. There is no dialogue with them. Always we would speak with a gun. If any Pakistan separatist, na, gun down. But the Kashmir separatists, who are the Kashmir separatists? Here itself, two people, two kind. So within the Kashmiri separatists itself, two kind. One wanted separate country for Kashmir within the Kashmiri separatist, right? Another wanted greater autonomy. Another wanted greater autonomy. So this is what. Here only the problem, right? Listen, if you see some of the TV, sometimes our army jawan would gun down the militant, this group. Sometimes our army jawans would stone belting. Some people would stone belt, always would do like this. Have you seen? Always would do, they would just stop it. Actually, this group, because we never use guns against this, because these people have to be talk discussion only with this group, no discussion with this group. So every day you are getting a newspaper about a separatist, but many does not know the difference between Kashmiri separatist and which separatist, that Pakistani separatist. So talk with them, gun would speak with them, only gun, this group. So why I'm saying is, right, listen, why Sheikh Abdullah was arrested again and again was, he also once belonged to which group? Kashmir separatist group. That is the reason. Frequently he asked for greater autonomy, even sometimes country. For example, simple. There is no big difference between greater autonomy and country. What is the greater autonomy and country is the thin line, very thin line. It's a very thin line. Am I right? For example, I can easily cross. For example, I can hear, right, greater autonomy. Today I will ask, right, if I just stepped in means next I will ask country. It's like a very thin line. So it's like a thin line between a girlfriend and lover. At any time, girlfriend in the immediate second become a lover. At any time, a lover can become just a girlfriend. Am I right? You can jump it at any time. Likewise. Yeah, I hope if I said like this, you will easily understand of this. Or from girl side, boyfriend and lover. Okay, whatever it is, because gender neutral to be discussed here also. Right. Come back. Come back to this. So this is what he was arrested. Right. Now, uh, he asked, "Oh India, I would like to go Hajj." That is Hajj pilgrimage. Do you know? That is to going to Mecca. Going to Mecca is called Hajj. He asked for, okay, we can't avoid it because it's a religious duty of each Muslim. India gave permission. Accordingly, he decided to go. But what happened? What he did is, in the name of going to Hajj, that is Mecca. Here is Mecca. Here is Kashmir. In the name of going to Mecca, he traveled the entire Europe. He traveled the entire Europe, then came to Mecca. Just imagine. Even at one point in Europe, he met the Chinese Prime Minister. Already all kind of relationship between India and China was spoiled. Now he had talk with whom? Chinese. That's why India got tension. Okay, Sheikh Abdullah, wherever you go, at last you have to return back to India. Am I right? So when after visiting this, when he returned back, he was arrested. He was arrested, and by the time he was not jailed in Kashmir, he was brought to Kodaikanal, from that hill region to this hill region. Actually, he was house arrested in Kodaikanal. Kodaikanal in Tamil Nadu. Uh, uh, Understood. My intention is not to explain the arrest of Sheikh Abdullah, that is immaterial. My intention is to explain you about a core concept. What is the core concept? Is separatism. I hope you understood this idea. But Vinisha, Yes, now you are also visible, right? Thank you. So if it's there, then only we can easily interact with you, right? Then its session will be so live. At least you will also be in camera. At least your attention would not be diverted. Otherwise, you can simply switch it off the video. Your attention may be easily diverted, and it's like that's because of lockdown. Hereafter, classes will be there in definitely online. So to make online classes more active, that's the reason. Right, come back. I hope you understood. Right, third issue is over. These are all trivial issue. Fourth, it's a very big topic. So point number 4. What is the third? Third is this arrest of Sheikh Abdullah. Am I right? And fourth is you write at center. You write at center, and with this, what is the topic? What is the topic is Jai Jawan. Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan. You write like this. With a big letter, you write and underline. Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan. Yes. What is Jai Jawan? Is hail. Hail soldier. Hail soldier. Jai Kisan is hail farmers. Yes. What is this? It is a political, it is a slogan. It is a slogan of Lal Bahadur Shastri. So it is mere slogan. It's a slogan of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Right. Now we are going to discuss why did he say the slogan Jai Jawan and why did he say the slogan Jai Kisan. This is what next we are going to discuss. Right. Each topic we are going to discuss. Right. Open the subtopic. Why Jai Jawan? At what occasion? What is the reason behind saying of the slogan Jai Jawan? Yes. First, under Jai Jawan, you write 1965 India-Pakistan War. 1965 India-Pakistan War. Initial setback to India, not full setback, initial. Initial setback to India. I am telling in my simplest word, okay? And somewhat demoralized soldiers. Somewhat, not I am not saying fully, because soldiers Jawan can never be demoralized. Somewhat demoralized soldiers to give boost to them, boost, Bonvita, Horlicks, or whatever you want, you write it. Okay, to boost them, the slogan. What is the slogan is Jai Jawan. So why Jai Jawan is over, 1965 war. Now we have to discuss why 1965 war. Am I right? So why 1965 war? At what occasion the Jai Jawan? So why the war? Next subtopic. So always ask the question. Why? ஏன் என்ற கேள்வி. You have to ask why the things. Because society shall ask the question. ஏன், why? In Tamil I am saying. Right, then only that is called, if you ask the question, right, then only the knowledge, intelligence would come, enlightenment would come. If you ask the question, why? Right, come back to this. Why 1965 war is normally one minute. Normally the bone of contention between India and Pakistan is Kashmir. That is the bone of contention. Am I right? Here is the Pakistan. Bone of contention between India and Pakistan was Kashmir issue. But 1965 war, what happened is bone of contention is related to this area. So roughly draw this area, 1965. Do you know this area, Run of Kutch? Run of Kutch area, here is the bone of contention. Right, bone of contention, especially here what issue is creeks related issue. Creeks related issue. So what is creek? Creek is the marshy land, yeah, actually. Creek mean marshy land. Do you know? It's neither land nor water body. That is called marshy land. For example, without knowing that, if you entered into that, it seems to be land. Otherwise, have you come across swamp? Swamp, yes, right. If you without, it seems to be land. If you just stepped in, you would go down. It's like I don't know in Hindi cinema, but in Tamil cinema, one famous old song is there. One old song, Mogan would be there, and one woman lover, the Muslim lover, he always would see her face, and there will be a song, right? In that, at the end of the song, she entered into the marshy land and buried. There is a song, is there, old day song. I do, whether you do remember or not, whether you have listened the song or not, right? So likewise, it's a swamp, marshy land, right? Listen. Since independence, who controlled the marshy land is India. India controlled the marshy land. Now what Pakistan wanted is share. Pakistan wanted a share. So why Pakistan wanted a share means Pakistan said, oh, at the time of independence, this marshy land was not partitioned. So India was partitioned and you gave Pakistan, but marshy land was not partitioned. So I want a share. This is what Pakistan said. Over this occasion only the war happened. Okay, so this is the things, but this is not actually the immediate. What is the real thing behind 1965 war is, it seems to be the trivial. At the time, Pakistan had military president. Actually, this is the major reason. You're right. Pakistan had a military president. His name is Ayub Khan. One reason seems to be this, but actual reason is not like that. Military president. Do you know military president means always wanted to show his military strength towards other country. Always cockfighter need a war. One. Second point. Third point. First is Greek issue. Second, military president. Third is recently Pakistan purchased weapon. So point number 2. Point number 3. Recently Pakistan purchased weapon or modernized its army. So whenever it got new weapon means it wanted to test the weapon. Do you know? Always we would show. Especially our boys will be there. Will go to gym. Not just 1 week and 2 week. After that they wanted to show their strength. What would happen? They would come back to home and they would punch their sister, elder or younger sister. You see that how hard I am. Otherwise even they would punch their bro. You see that? The newly going to gym boy. So likewise, now who had somewhat strength? Somewhat strength is Pakistan. It wanted to test. And fourth point is, it misjudged India. Fourth is, Ayub Khan misjudged India. Why misjudged India is, In 1962, we were somewhat setback. Am I right? India had some setback. Okay, India became very weak. So this is the right time to attack. Right time to attack. So this is what the intention. Already with this background only he asked. Already he set up. Then do you know the person would ask for fight. வம்புக்கு இழுக்கிறது. Asking for the fight. Varya, are you coming or not? So all the things he did it. After that only he asked for the things. So first he did the background. Then he asked, no, I want the share. If no share, I will attack. Understood? Yes, listen. What Pakistan did first from Karachi, it attacked India by means of navy. This is the war started. From here it attacked India. Even though we retaliated, but a little bit setback in this area. So first war was started here. Little bit setback. Okay, setback to whom? Setback to India. Not that much, little bit. Because we never expected. We always forced our things here. Little bit. Then what we consider is, okay, what we expected is Pakistan wanted a full scale war here. So we are diverting our army. But the second, what cleverly did Pakistan attacked this area. So second it attacked this area. Kashmir. It don't want the Greek. Actually, it wanted to attack Kashmir and wanted to snatch. And here somewhat advancement of the Pakistanis. So in this also second time also somewhat forefront. So here also somewhat setback. Here also somewhat setback. Right. Now only the demoralized soldiers. Taken. So demoralized soldiers. Taken this. Right. Now to boost the demoralized soldier, he gave the slogan. What is the slogan? What, Archana? Jai Jawan. He gave the slogan Jai Jawan. What is the impact of the slogan? So now you write. Why the war we discussed. Now the slogan is given. What is the impact? Right. What is the impact is, we consider that, okay, Pakistan, if you want Kashmir, you take it. We don't bother about. I am saying. But what India did, it entered into Pakistan through this line. So through Punjab, it entered into Pakistan and on the way to its historic city Lahore. Could you see this line? Could you see? Yes. Yes. So we entered through Punjab. Actually, it was most successful. We didn't retaliate Pakistani troops in Kashmir. If we wish, you attack and capture. But what we did, we entered through that. We captured so many places and were very close to Lahore. So this is what the success of the slogan Jai Jawan. Okay, Jai Jawan. At that time only Pakistan realized, okay, no, our intention is not Kashmir. We wanted to look after our Lahore. What happened is, entire force. So if you see, entire Pakistani force turned, and that led to the full scale war. Actual 1965 war took place here in this area. 1965 war. Entire Pakistan, right? So full scale war happened because it's a plain. India also ready to fight. Pakistan also ready. Both had large number of tanks deployed, heavy artilleries, large number of tanks. What the expert says, largest number of tanks were used after Second World War. Note it down. Just imagine. So largest number of tanks were used after Second World War is this. But let me tell one interesting thing. What is the interesting thing is Indian tanks are USSR tank, right? Pakistani tanks are USA tanks. Just imagine. Okay, Indian tanks are USSR provided tanks. Pakistani tanks are USA tanks. It means that the war is not between India and Pakistan. Who is getting victory? It does not matter. USSR tanka, USA tanka, which is great. Let us look after. This is what happened. Actually, this kind of war is called proxy war. Have you come across the word proxy war? Especially this PIC will be highly helpful for history optional and political optional science students, political science students. It will be highly helpful. Okay, this is called proxy war. Because already Cold War was going on. In India, Cold War like situation is going on. Right, here is a proxy war. Right, now international tension mounted, complete international tension. International tension mounted. Why? Is at any point of time, India and Pakistan war may become Third World War. Am I right? Accept it? Accept this view? Yes. At any point of time, India-Pakistan war may be turned into Third World War. Sir, how would you say? Yeah, let me tell. Because first two World War, if you see first two World War, world history over? World history, yes, over. If you see world history, yes. If you see world history, first World War, how the first World War happened? Overnight, this side 50 country, overnight, this side 50 country, like that? No, never happened like this. How first World War happened is, right, am I right? Whether this statement is right or wrong? Yes. War of two country became what war? War of world. Oh, couldn't see this. Yeah, 1 minute. Camera light increase. Just increase. Yes. Now could you see? Yeah, war of two country became war of world. Why I am saying is, listen, first World War, if you see a small country, what is a small country? Serbia. Serbia was attacked by a big country, Austria. No one expected that this war, it's an insignificant country, this war became world war. But what happened? To help Serbia, who entered into the war? Russia. So next Russia entered into war. Immediately Russia attacked Austria. How dare you can attack my bro? Then what happened? To help Austria, who entered into war? Germany entered into war. It attacked Russia. How could attack me? Then what happened? To help Russia, another two powers. Britain and France, both declared war against Germany. Am I right? This is what war of world. No one ever expected that Austria-Serbia war would become World War I, but became. became. Am I right? Likewise, if you see Second World War, if you see Second World War, a small country called Poland. Poland was attacked by very big power, Germany. Do you know? Second World War was started like this. No one expected that this would become the Second World War. Even, do you know? Even Hitler said, I never expected it would become a Second World War. Just imagine. Understood? It's a famous history optional question. What is the thing? Even Hitler didn't want World War. He wanted war only with which country? Poland. But what happened? To support the Poland, many countries started to attack Britain, France, all attacked Germany. That led to Second World War. So likewise, what I am saying is, War of Two. War of Two became War of World. Correct? War of World. So likewise, you have to study. Then only your complete portion is over. Now come back. Yes, thank you. Now come back. Come back to this. Now international pressure mounted. Now come back to India, Pakistan war. International pressure mounted, and the matter was taken before UNO. Matter was taken before UNO. If any matter before UNO mean, what is the immediate thing is ceasefire. Do you know ceasefire? Immediate ceasefire. But what is the ultimate? What is the ultimate thing is, right, under USSR mediation. Which country asked? USSR said, okay, UNO, leave the chapter to me. Leave the issue to me. I will look after. I will make an amicable settlement between India and Pakistan. Accordingly, under the USSR mediation, both the country leader went to USSR city. What is the USSR city? Is Tashkent. Tashkent. Accordingly, an agreement was signed in the next year, 1966, called as Tashkent Agreement. It's called as Tashkent Agreement. So now myself is simply zoomed out to avoid the blurring of the video. Okay, now you check it whether video is blurring or not, Maheshwar. Yeah, thank you. Now come back. Come back to this. We will discuss. Right here, Tashkent. So Tashkent Agreement, 1966. From India side, Lal Bahadur Shastri. From Pakistan side, its President Ayub Khan. Its head is Ayub Khan, Pakistan side. And from Russia side, who is the mediator? From Russia side, its president. Who was the Russian president at the time was Alexei Kosygin. One minute. Kosigin. So Alexei Kosygin. This is a spelling. Kindly change. Alexei Kosygin from Russia side. Right. You do one thing. Leave off page. Leave off page for copy pasting Tashkent Agreement. So today itself, after class, type in your chat box Google Tashkent Agreement and copy paste all the 8 points or 9 points. Leave off page. Tomorrow I will ask my question. My class is there. Particularly I ask you, you can't escape since you are I will ask you to photocopy of your notes and I would send it randomly. Okay, you can't escape. I am saying only for you. You are not child. Am I right? You are not the school boys and the school girls, and you know very well of your future. Always your future lies in your hand. We know very well because we are not toddlers or small boys and girls. Because whether it's a good or bad would never come because of others. Tidum nandrum pirar taravara. Yes, come back. Come back to this. But Tidum nandrum pirar taravara. Exceptional is there. Neither good nor bad, not because of other. Exceptional coronavirus. India is not responsible for coronavirus. Right? Am I right? So some exceptions are there. Exceptional is always exceptional. You leave it. Come back. Come back to this. Here is Tashkent agreement. Now I am going to discuss of the inference of Tashkent agreement. After half page you write what is the critical appraisal. What is the appraisal of the Tashkent agreement is. After half page you write what is the appraisal is. Kashmir issue was not discussed. What is the bone of contention between India, Pakistan, Kashmir issue? Then what they discussed, sir? Kashmir issue is not discussed. Then what is the purpose? Then what they did is, listen, simple. During the war, if you see, during the war, each side captured some portion. 1 minute. During the war, if you see, Pakistan captured some portion here. India captured some portion here. Captured some portion here. Pakistan captured some portion here. So what happened is, right, so giving back of territory. This is what happened. Giving back. No, go back. You already conquered some portion, give it to Pakistan. You already conquered some portion, give it to India. But we were the net loser. What is the thing is, Pakistan captured very small area, but we captured very big area, that too fertile area. This we are biggest loser. Because this area is nothing. It's a barren land. But here is the fertile land. So though exchange of territory happened, we were the big losers, and for that Lal Bahadur Shastri, Congress government was criticized. Government was criticized. Oh, even Jawans criticized. Yeah, we lost so many my fellow friends. At the cost, we conquered this territory, but by means of agreement, simply you gave back to Pakistan. Even the Congress government was criticized for this. So Kashmir issue was not discussed, just shuffling of their territory. Understood? One. Next thing is question shall arise. If you why I didn't say explain of Tashkent agreement? If you say Tashkent agreement, nothing. Myself orally say no fight. Who know? Who don't know? No fight between these two parties. Everyone knows. But first point say no fight. Okay, great secret. Second thing is everything through negotiation. Another great secret. Am I right? Everything through negotiation. Everything through within United Nations organization, peace charter. Then no one shall propagate against each other in international arena. These are all known topics. That's why I ask you to write by yourself. Rather than saying my own words. To say. Rather than by my own words, yourself go and write. Understood? Come back. So this is what. One more thing is, listen. Let us complete. Today I have to complete this, then class is over, right? 10 more minutes. Here, Why Kashmir issue was not discussed it? Russia, USSR said, so and so Lal Bahadur Shastri, today please you sign the treaty just related to 1965 war signed. Tomorrow onwards or subsequent day onwards, let us discuss Kashmir and let us have permanent solution. With that assurance given by USSR, Lal Bahadur Shastri signed the Tashkent agreement, came back to hotel because Tashkent, keep it in mind, came back to hotel and went for rest once for all because he died in Tashkent itself. Last point you write. Tashkent itself in 1966. The Russian medicos, that is the doctors, the Russian medicos says heart attack. Russian medicos say it is a heart attack, but don't write, just listen. But Indians refused, Indian doctor refused. No. When we are sending LBS, his health, LBS means Lal Bahadur Shastri, his health condition was good, right? Severe criticism, even some people criticize, it is not just the heart attack, it is a Cold War heart attack, even some criticism. Because by the time Cold War was going on in the background. Some says Cold War period killing of opponent in a mysterious manner happened. Because in the background Cold War is going on. Yeah, for that let us watch a movie. Let us discuss a movie. Why I am discussing movie is, listen, movie is good, keep it in mind. Watching movie is good. There are so many movies for UPSC aspirant. Many movies are there. Even if you see post-independence, in this book, NCRT book, once in a 10-page, themselves have given, let us watch a movie. Myself would suggest watch a movie, but it is accepted by NCRT also. If you see that, let me show one thing. Especially with the Kashmir. With the Kashmir issue itself, let me show one movie. This is all India level, very famous. Yeah, 165, page number 165. Let us see a very famous movie. Could you see? Yeah, what is the movie? Roja, the Tamil movie, which is throughout India very famous. Page number 165. Sorry, 155, sorry. Go back to 155, 155. Likewise, there are so many movies, right? Even NCRT encourage the aspirant to study the movies. Once in 10 or once in 15 page, there are movie is given. You can enjoy that also. Right. If you go through this, right, so keep this book, it's very interesting, so many cartoons. Tomorrow onwards, definitely I have to show with many examples from this book only. Right. So this is what sudden death of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Let's listen. We not only completed Jai Jawan, we completed entire 1960 treaty called what treaty? Tashkent Agreement. So what is the success of Jai Jawan is it ended with Tashkent Agreement. Over. Gatam. Yes. Next is Jai Kisan. Open the topic, subtopic. Next is the Jai Kisan. Yes. Why Jai Kisan? So put why. What is the reason? Why Jai Kisan? Right. Before that, again take the book. And come to page number 75. Page number 75, completely related to 1965 war. complete contemporary newspaper clips is given. Clips are given. Could you see? Yes. So this is what of 1965. So here you can see two stamps, postal stamps. You see the two postal stamp. One is the Jai Jawan postal stamp, another is the Jai Kisan postal stamp. Am I right? So this book is vital book for post-independent consolidation for GS student, and most important, actually even for history optional student, it is highly helpful for political science student, because the NCERT itself is political science. That's why you might have been criticized. Political science student, I am saying, what is political science? It is part of history. Even such a criticism is there against political science. So even we would say, history is small bro is political science. But whether political science people are accepting it or not, that is different. Right? Even sociology is the small sister, younger sister. Political science is the younger bro. For history is the eldest bro. Among all, history is the eldest bro. Another eldest bro is the geography. Yes, come back to this. Right. Jai Kisan. Why Jai Kisan? Yes. 1964-65, failure of monsoon. 1964-65, failure of monsoon. So failure of agriculture, failure of monsoon, failure of agriculture, then distressed peasant, distressed peasants, distressed means demoralized peasants, distressed or demoralized peasant. What is demoralized means? Even many people left agriculture as a viable opportunity. Many left agriculture, right, viable opportunity. So in this occasion only, he said the slogan. So distressed, monsoon failure, right. So in this occasion, he said the statement, Jai Kisan. So what occasion Jai Kisan? Next, what are all the measures? Open the topic. What are all the measures? Is so it's a slogan, yeah. It's a pure slogan. It's not government-sponsored program. Nothing is there. It's a pure program. It's a pure slogan. What is the measure? Is he appointed? He means LBS. LBS appointed. LBS appointed C. Subramaniam. LBS appointed C. Subramaniam as Union Minister of Food and Agriculture. As Union Minister of Food and Agriculture. Actually, all other measures were taken by this fellow. Who was the fellow? C. Subramaniam. The remaining entire work was actually done, taken by C. Subramaniam. Yes. Yeah. One more thing. What is the movie related to Tashkent Agreement? No, there is no movie related to Tashkent Agreement. I am not saying. Movie related to Kashmir, Sivapriya. That is Roja, Tamil movie. Arvind Swami, Madhubala, Dana? Yes. Kishore, can you share the book name, sir? This is the book name, yeah. Politics in India. This is the book, Politics in India Since Independence. It's a 12th standard political science book. Could you see? Yes. So now come back. C. Subramaniam. C. Subramaniam was highly responsible for all other activity. Actually, who is C. Subramaniam means he was from Tamil Nadu. Yeah, highly educated fellow, right? A person from Tamil Nadu. Even do you know, he was contested for Chief Minister post for Tamil Nadu. Actually, 1954, after resignation of Rajagovalachari in Tamil Nadu, two persons contested. One is Kamaraj. Kamaraj one side. Other side is C. Subramaniam. Actually, post was given to Kamaraj. But Kamaraj went one step ahead. We can't equate them. He took greatest measures. That's different. Then C. Subramaniam in the cabinet. So 1965, he was appointed as C. Subramaniam as Union Minister of Food and Agriculture. Why I am saying is, almost all the measures were taken by C. Subramaniam because LBS died. Am I right? Sudden death of LBS. That's why all the measures were taken by whom? C. Subramaniam. Right. What is the measures, sir? One by one, you write it under C. Subramaniam. You have written Subramaniam. Under that you write. Put point number 1, 2, 3, likewise. Write it. First point. Under Sri Subramaniam. First point. He reduced bureaucratic intervention. He reduced bureaucratic intervention in agriculture departments. In agriculture departments. So why I am saying, sir, bureaucratic? Because in India, not India, throughout the world, two kind of category. One is am I right? Always two kind of category. One is which category? Specialist. Another is which category? Generalist. Could you see? Right. Another is the generalist. Bureaucrats, IAS, IPS, specialista, generalista. One, two. Yes. Right. So always IAS officers are what one? Right. Generalist. You also generalist, because you study history, but you are not historian. You study geography, you are not geographer. You study political science, but you are not political scientist. Am I right? It means that bureaucrats knew something in everything. But I would say like this. Another word is, bureaucrats are jack of all fruit, but master of none. Have you come across this? Am I right? Likewise. Right. But specialist, if you see, they would not know everything, but they knew deeply one field. Am I right? Always what would happen? Clash would come between specialists. Very norms. Always clash. For example, specialist, PhD, generalist, IAS officer, you just imagine. Even now, not only in agriculture department, in so many departments, bureaucratic intervention was no more. No IAS officer in so many departments. Best department is have you come across? Whether in ISRO, any IAS officer? No IAS officer. Who is looking after sending Mangalyaan to others? Scientist. Who is administering ISRO building and fund? Scientist. Dr. Sivam. Dr. Sivam is not only a scientist, he is an administrator. Am I right? An administrator. So no IAS officer in ISRO. Now imagine the situation. Now listen. ISRO is administered by IAS officer. A secretary is there. Who is the head of ISRO? Director is IAS. Sivam and their group are just scientists. Okay. Now Sivam and their group approach the administrator. So officers are, please give 400 crore rupees. IAS officer asks, why? We want to send Mangalyaan to trace water body in Mars. Immediate IAS officer got tension. Yo, even in Chennai, complete water problem is there. If 400 crore is given, I would have solved the entire water problem for Chennai. But you want 400 crores just to find the water droplet in Mars? Huh? Do you want this much of amount? Sir, please, another 800 crore. Why? We wanted to land a person into the moon. Even many people yet to have house in Tamil Nadu or in Bihar, you want 800 crore. What kind of things you are saying? Clash would come. Correct? Huh? Yes or no? Yeah? You say. What is the purpose of you sending the moon mission? No, no. I am repudiate the same thing later. Okay? What is the purpose of sending it? Whether we solved all the issues? Just we are sending Mars mission and moon mission and center. After that, India entered into the elite country after USA, Russia, China. India is the fourth country in the world sending mission to moon. What is happening in India? Reality. No, no. You can't say like this. For that, these missions are wrong and are wrong. And what I am saying is, you have to spend mission to there also. You have to spend water to solve the problem here also. Because I am saying practical problem would come. That's why he gave free hand. Free hand to whom? Agriculture scientist. Agriculture scientist. So point number 2. Just to put point number 2. Tomorrow we will discuss. Right. Thank you. I hope I answered the question. Yes. Thank you. A book, otherwise soft copy, and have it with you. Right. From tomorrow onwards, you can enjoy the class. Thank you.